why, just bear with me.
That's okay, take your
I know
time.
what it is. Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Okay, perfect.
Actually, I should probably unmute just in case somebody will jump in.
Okay.
Okay.
And then just double checking there's nobody else in the room.
Nope, the little waiting thing goes at the top of the
Oh.
screen.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna call the meeting to order, everyone. It's right now 5:40 p.m. on June 13th, 2024. So first things first, roll call. If you're here, please say, if I call your name, please say here. If you're present, Commissioner Vincent.
Here.
Commissioner Joey Presley.
Here.
Commissioner Naomi Huffman. Here. Commissioner Marcus Greenwood.
Here.
Perfect. And then we have John that's excused and Saeed come on a little bit later. And then the next thing is approval of the agenda for today, June 13, 2024. Do I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. Okay, the agenda for today is approved. Moving forward to the approval of minutes for February 8th, 2024, our last meeting we had. Can I get a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Thank you. Second? Second. Okay, perfect. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. Okay, perfect. Okay, moving to regular business. For consideration of possible action on the direction of the Equal Rights Commission. So Andrea, I'm gonna ask for you to lead that.
Sure. So, as most of us, I think, yes, most of us here have already met with Tara and I. And for those who haven't, we're still scheduling a few meetings out, so no worries there. But we met with everyone and just discussed, what are your goals? What is your vision for the ERC? And I think one of the really great, everyone has their own area of expertise, and that's great, and that's what we want, so everyone can kind of move forward with that. But then I think Michael really gave us some good insight on kind of, what you see the ERC doing, because I think that's been a discussion, is that kind of the lack of direction the ERC has had, that we're kind of all over the place. So that was one of the purposes of meeting with everyone, what are our goals, what is our vision, and how are we going to get there? And I think that Michael brought up a really good idea to kind of go off of Milwaukee's ERC, kind of see what they're doing and take it from there. So I don't know, Michael, if you want to put it, I don't want to re-speak your words if you're here, so I'll have you tell everyone what you said.
I think it was at our last meeting, or maybe the one prior, we met with Tony Snell, the head of the Milwaukee Equal Rights Commission. And the way that he described their work, because as I understood it, is they center it around heritage events, right? Monthly events to celebrate the various communities, and they take a leadership role in Milwaukee and kind of being the convener of choice for all of those heritage months, and that could be a powerful way for us to engage our work. And I know personally, just thinking about what month or what event I would personally want to take on got me excited and helped sort of renew my energy around the ERC. So I see that as a possible path for us.
Yeah, and I love that idea. I had a conversation with the mayor about proclamations and, just really making sure that we're really making the public aware of some of these holidays and these events that surround our town. So I think, adding to what Michael was saying, celebrating these events, but also adding that officialness to it with that proclamation that today is meant for this group of people or these, these community members, and so that they feel also included with us in the city. And then I think another thing I wanted to add to that was we can work on multiple things at the same time. So I know the first initiative we had was the housing report, and the second one was the visibility engagement initiative. But we can work on multiple things or items at a time if we just have people who pick up the lead for each one of those. So we can work on multiple things, and then what I really want to do is get an idea of what you guys envision this ERC to be doing and what you guys think our goals should be, because I want to revitalize and re-engage everyone on the commission. And I want you guys to have full authority to move the direction of where we go, right? Andrea and I are here to support you and what you guys believe in, what you guys want to do. So don't feel like, I hope you guys don't feel like as if like, oh, you guys are moving in our direction. Like, not at all. You guys have full power to do and, you know, to guide this Equal Rights Commission. So I'd like to just kind of open it up for discussion and hear what you guys think about, or what your vision is for the ERC. Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. I like the idea of events. I was actually thinking about that today, that could be a really good thing to do, because I would like to see the ERC as something that community members know about and feel that they can go to if they have an issue, and they see the ERC as a path to get stuff done in the city. And I think an event is a really good way to start that. So yeah, I had talked to a couple of people. My district that I represent is very Latino, and some members of my district talked to me about wanting to see like a Cinco de Mayo festival for the city, something like that. So that'd be something that I would, happily take part in organizing, because yeah, I think we've seen the success of like the UW Green Bay had put on Estamos Aquí last year, and they're doing that this year, and that was such a big thing and such a good community event that if we can do something like that as a city, that'd be wonderful. And yeah, again, just make it so people go, okay, I know what the ERC is. When I have an issue, I can go to them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that. I'm going to add to that. So I think if we collaborated with organizations out there already in the community doing that work, and we support them in their work, that'd be really good. I know Estamos Aquí, UWGB hosted them so that they had a place,
Right.
but the group officially they're gonna register as a nonprofit called Estamos Aquí. So they want to do more events as well. So maybe Rogelio Contreras, he's the not the lead, but he's a co-member of that group, and so maybe I can reach out to him and ask him about what their ideas are, or maybe we can invite them to come to a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll do that. I'll add that onto our agenda, and I'll work with Andrea to maybe get them here to a meeting to learn more about what they're doing. Yeah.
I really liked your idea of like, at least to start modeling it like after like Milwaukee's, like the idea of events like I think, will like help like create like a broader like sense of community like in the area, and like just to engage more with the community. Like I think like, being able to connect with like members of the community is just going to be really important, and events are a good way for us to go out there and do it. So I'm definitely for that.
Marcus, the calendar that you brought forward of, and thinking through the signage initiative, I think is going to be a really helpful foundation for us to build our initiatives.
All right, so this is a good start. I think this is a great starting place. What I want to do is review our visibility initiative, kind of revise it, and move things around and get that started again. I really want to make sure that we're getting into the community and starting right away. Right now we're moving into 6 months into the year, we only have half a year left to kind of really get engaged with everyone. So I'm going to ask everyone right now to do some deep digging, look up some events, look up some things that are happening, and I'm just going to compile a list here, and Andrea and I will work through it to see what kind of works with us and how we can fit that in to our actions. So yeah, feel free to pull out your phones and laptops and look up events like we're doing.
Michael and I were just talking that We All Rise, the Juneteenth event is coming up. I know that's really short notice, but that's like the first one that comes up in my mind because it's very soon. And I think there still is room to get involved if anyone does want to do that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. And then while everyone is doing some research, I just wanted to I remember that we were going to work on like some one-pagers or like the websites.
Yep.
So I think,
I need bios.
yes, bios, good. Yeah, that's good too.
Maybe that can be under informational.
So why don't you and I set up a meeting to kind of review the visibility initiative and see what the low-hanging fruits are, so that we
Yes.
can kind of tackle those right away.
Yep.
And then is Shelby back in yet?
Not yet, I don't think until mid or end of July. But
Oh.
we've got other people that can
Okay,
kind of fill
perfect.
in, yeah.
Okay, cool. Great. And I just wanted to bring this up also. It could be local and it could be something that's statewide. I'd have to double check with Joe with that, on that, but like, I think, if it's a national or if it's like a statewide initiative or event or something that's going on, we can also support that. So yeah, feel free to just, to look around regionally, not just like locally.
So you're looking at events that we can have a booth at, or like, what specific involvement would you imagine?
Yeah, I think it can be whatever you guys want. We can do booths, we can, collaborate and maybe put the city logo on, the flyers. Like, there's multiple ways we can move about this. So there's no like one set way to be engaged in these events.
But if it is something such as the Pride flag raising, we could always host something small like that. I mean, not that that was small to me, it was exciting. But something similar to that too, we can always do that here. We have City Hall at our disposal.
Okay.
And then it also connects the ERC to the city as well, so they know. There's nothing wrong with collaborating either with other organizations that have something going on.
So I'm thinking we'll compile, a list here, a simple list. And then I'll work with Andrea on creating like a calendar,
Mhm.
throwing it on the calendar so we kind of can lay it out and see where it lands through the year. And then we'll share that out with everyone next meeting. And we can be creative too, like Saeed brought up that he's working on World Refugee Day, and last year he threw the first pitch at the Rockers in
Oh.
Ashwaubenon, the baseball team there. So like, things like that, it could be exciting.
Mhm.
Or, I was reading here, I'm looking at like national days, and then it gives us like what each day means, or like people who are born on that day. We could celebrate people too. Like July, there's like 30 different people who have done great advocacy work. Nelson Mandela, John Quincy Adams, really cool stuff. So we can celebrate people, events, things.
I plan on doing a write-up for our employees about Bayard Rustin, since it's being Pride Month and Juneteenth coming up, and I
Oh, that's
just
a
want,
great.
yeah, I want people to kind of, because I get, like, I have a picture of Bayard Rustin in my office, people are like, who is that? I'm like, oh, it's funny that you don't know him, because he was always behind the scenes.
Love that.
Yeah.
How about 5 more minutes? Is that good? 5 more minutes. You know what I really want to do? I want to look up the day that we had our first meeting and do a proclamation for that. Would that be so fun?
Was civic clerk used during all of the meetings? Because I bet I can find it then. Oh, wait, because that was anything up in the minutes.
All right, okay. Does anyone want to begin? Feel free, and we don't have to like just go one by one, just toss out ideas out there. Unless someone has like a structured way you guys want to go about this, but feel free to just jump in and share what you guys have.
The Oneida Nation powwow's coming up at the end of this month.
Is it the end of this month?
At the end of this month is the 20th through the 30th.
28th through the 30th.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you say that?
The Oneida Nation powwow is the June 28th through the 30th. I looked on their website and there's like no like events listed outside of that one, but Native American Heritage Month is also like in November, so there might be like other events or something that come up.
There's also Indigenous Peoples Day in
Yeah.
October 14th, which the city has not recognized as a holiday.
Let's get on.
Well, the city has recognized it, but it's not a paid holiday for city workers. But it could be.
I just got Christmas Eve as a full day.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's still so crazy.
I know.
Wow.
Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, we used to have to work half days. And then that was one of the first things I worked on when I came here. Because I was just like, what's going on with this? So,
Well, now I'd have to go through personnel committee. but I
yeah,
could put in a
personnel committee.
communication.
Yeah, it was interesting. And personnel committee was like, well, don't you already have that? I'm like, no. That's why we're asking for it.
Good work.
Yeah. But I'm always down for more paid holidays for the employees, so I can help you out if you need help.
Well, yeah, we don't have Juneteenth, Indigenous Peoples' Day, or Martin Luther King Jr.
No,
Day.
we do now have Martin Luther King Jr. Day
Oh,
as
okay.
well. That was what else I pushed for, and then in my notes, I did show that Juneteenth is, because what I did is I surveyed about 18 different municipalities around us, and then brought that to Joe, and then Joe was the one that took it out of the committee meetings for me, and he pushed it for me. But I gave him all the research, and I made a spreadsheet about it, and then in my notes, I'm like, Juneteenth is next, because it's a rising holiday that we recognize and we celebrate in the city, so it's difficult, because how do you let your employees celebrate if we have to be here? So.
It's a federal holiday, so.
It is a federal holiday. There's quite a few federal holidays that we do not have. It's an interesting dynamic. A lot of hard workers here at City Hall, I will tell you, across the city, not just City Hall. A lot of hard workers.
Does the mayor maintain a schedule of public events? What I'm thinking, you mentioned that he's going to be in the Juneteenth parade. If he's got a calendar of events, either that he will attend or that he, even more importantly, that he is not able to attend.
Right, yeah.
That the ERC could, become the
Yeah.
representative on behalf of the
I
city.
can ask. I don't.
Good idea.
Yeah.
I'm sure Terry would have,
I think, yeah.
his assistant Terry would have something like that prepared, so, yeah, maybe we could tap into that. That's a really good idea.
I don't think there's anything published to the public though, because I think those are like the media releases that are on the website, which typically only go out like a day or two before. Yeah.
Yeah, which is okay, because we're just gonna be looking at that internally.
Yeah.
So it won't be in Pride Month anymore, but the Northeast Wisconsin Maine Pride Alive celebration is in September. I looked it up and it's the weekend of September 20th through the 22nd. Wait, hold on, that's two different things. Let me double check the date. Looks like it's gonna be that weekend. 20th and 21st. Yeah, 20th and 21st.
Women's Equality Day is on August 26th.
For MLK Day this year, the Green Bay Conservation Corps put on an event. If they do that again next
Yes.
year, we can just, tag along with that.
Yes, and I did ask them if they plan on doing it again, and they did say they're planning
Good.
on it. Yeah, so that would be a great one to do.
What do you guys think about this? I still think that we should do like an open house where we like really publicize like our one of our meetings and invite the public to come and join us and, you know, have snacks for them and just kind of celebrate the, you know, that the ERC even exists. And then we can really share resources and share like our learnings or things that they can do, you know, what their rights are to them. And I was thinking maybe we could do that. We could find the date that we
Absolutely.
we had our first meeting. I can't believe I don't remember. It's only been a couple of years here. I should remember. But
I'll look it up after.
Yeah. But what are your ideas of that? Or do you think like, no, like we shouldn't?
I think that's a good idea.
I think it's a way to build communities.
Yeah. I mean, public is always invited to our meetings, but yeah, it'll be more like an official announcement and event style. Yeah.
Do you have a timing in mind for?
I don't remember. I want to say.
Oh, you want to tie it to the anniversary of the
Yeah,
ERC?
yeah. I mean, we don't have to. We'll look at the dates, and if it doesn't work out, then we could just choose whatever. But yeah, I would say fall, before it snows, because I mean, once it snows, transportation is going to be a barrier for people.
Once it snows, nothing can happen.
Yeah, exactly.
You just never know. Or apparently April is a rough month too around here.
Well, let's talk about that. Next April, we've got the draft.
Oh,
Is there
yes.
any role for the ERC in that week that we want to play in highlighting the city?
I think so.
It's part of what the signage
That's what I was
initiative
just thinking, and like the
connected to.
signage was connected to that, and maybe that's a good way to do that still. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Let's keep that on the top of our heads and just kind of start to think and brainstorm around that, and keep the signage there as well. So. I'll have to ask them how. Ahmad told me that the city was working with a lot of different groups of people to really engage the community. So I'll ask Ahmad like if he has a vision for us to fit in. Yeah.
It's huge. We're talking about bringing in cruise ships. I think we have a spot for 2 or 3 cruise ships.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's gonna, they're looking at all modes of transportation.
Did
Is it
Michigan
like a
have
hotel?
cruise ships?
I don't know, but I just know that apparently that was a question that was asked, and they're like, yeah, we can hold, I forgot if it was 2 or 3, and I was just like, I didn't know that was a thing, but okay. I know.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's like a ship to believe there in Wisconsin.
Yeah, right?
I don't know, just like a cruise ship.
I guess.
When it's cold, it's gonna be April.
Yeah.
It's gonna-
Yeah, is water going to be open? Like,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't, sports ball isn't really my thing.
Sports ball.
So this is all very foreign to me.
All right. Anything else?
Not off the top of my head.
That's a good start.
Okay, good. All right, so Andrew and I will work to put the pieces together. We're gonna reach out to Terry to see if we can maybe grab the calendar or the mayor, or, you know what I also wanted to do, when we update our webpage, what I wanna do is put like a link there that says, do you want to invite us to an event, or do you want to request a speaker? Right? I think that'd be good. Let me just check that out. Okay, good. So what I gathered so far was we want to be present at events or collaborate with partners and community leaders to support their efforts coordinating culturally specific events or different equal rights, civil rights events. And then secondly, we could possibly coordinate our own events here. We have resources to do that. And then we'll get together, or we'll gather a calendar of events that are coming up, working with the mayor's list of events. And then we have a few holidays and events here that Andrea and I will compile together to put on the calendar. Yeah, I think this is a really good start. Yeah, so if you guys have any other ideas, feel free to email Andrea or I throughout, the months or the days or weeks. Yeah.
Do you want
I have
to do a
some.
motion to this? Because we didn't do a note for
Sorry, a motion for.
just to refer to staff or.
Yeah, I think so we'll do, refer to staff for this.
Joy, you had something?
I did, yes. Something else that Milwaukee Equal Rights Commission does is they have a discrimination complaint form on their website. Because you said somebody from that group was here before. Did they bring that up at all?
They did. So that is where their commission is different from ours.
Okay.
We don't have that as part of our mandate
Okay.
to hear complaints or address them.
Right.
But there's probably something that we can do to hear from the community.
Yeah, why don't I work with, I'll work with Andrea and legal to see what our capacity is in that. We can hear things, but we just can't,
You can't do anything.
we can't have any jurisdiction over actions, and we can't adjudicate things. So
Right.
I think we'll work with legal to make sure we understand exactly the extent and the boundaries that we have.
I would like, us to be able to be like a resource though, to be able to refer people to what they need.
Yes.
I feel
But-
like we would need an attorney on the ERC in order to, because I read deep into this, because I really want those last 2 points for the Human Rights Commission report, and we were just 2 points shy of a perfect score. And so I read into Milwaukee's, and it sounds like they have an attorney on their team that can adjudicate things, they can go into and have an actual hearing at their ERC meetings. I think that's what makes us different, and that's why we basically can't do that.
Well, it goes with the ordinance, so the
Yeah.
ordinance strictly just prohibits us from doing that.
Yeah.
And so if we did want to do something like that, we can revise the ordinance in that sense. So, yeah, that's something to think about. But, yeah. And even if we don't go that route with having like a legal person on the team, we can think outside of the box on how to collaborate with other entities. Because right now, as it stands, a lot of the issues are like housing issues. It gets brought up to an organization in Appleton or Milwaukee, and then it's like a whole process. So I think one of the things I want to do is work on localizing things, right? Maybe if those organizations had a satellite person here, that would be better than having to call multiple cities. So yeah, that's a good point. We'll definitely work on that. We'll get some more information, and then we'll add that to the agenda for the next agenda to discuss. All right, so with that being said, these are really great suggestions. What I'll do is I'm going to ask for a motion to move it to refer to staff, and then from there I'll work with Andrea to kind of organize it more. So can I get a motion to refer to staff?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. All right, so this is going to move forward to, or refer to staff, and then Andrea and I will work on it. Next is just the chair update. So I don't have too much. As you all know, we had the Pride Flag Raising Day, June 3rd. Andrea, I just want to take a moment to applaud her and all the work that she put into it. She coordinated over 30 organizations, like 5 different food trucks or 6.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
now.
several
4?
food trucks.
Something, yeah.
Community leaders, so I just want to applaud you for that. Congratulations on that. That's the first time that we made that event that big, so.
It's a real step change improvement. It was great.
I'm really excited, and we didn't have a single protester, which is
Amazing.
Yeah, which is great.
Good job.
Yeah.
All right. And then Juneteenth is this weekend. And so, Andrea, can you share a little bit more details about where the location is and what time?
Sure. So if you go on, it's actually like an all-day event. There's a map on We All Rise, their website, and I can share that link. I'll email link. Just make a note, sorry. So the day starts out with a parade in the morning, and then they have, I think they're gonna have, the bounce houses, the resource fair sort of thing, all going on during the day. The focus is on Black milk caregivers, and which is perfect because this month is also men's health and mental health awareness, so everything kind of ties into that way as well. So it's an all-day event this Saturday. I forget the park, but I'll send out the link with the information.
I think it's Joanne's.
I think it's Joanne's as well. I just don't want to misspeak on it because I don't want to give people the wrong information and then have them go to the wrong place. So yeah, so it starts out the parade and then ends with a big celebration. So it should be
Awesome.
good. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. And I just wanted to say this out loud so that it's noted that the importance of Juneteenth. It's that today marks the day that enslaved African Americans in Galveston, Texas, learned that they were free. So I just wanted to make sure that we had that in the notes. So, thank you for sharing that. And then next, we kind of have an exciting opportunity possibly. I don't know if we passed it already, but I'm going to ask Commissioner Vincent to share a little bit more about
Yeah.
that.
You may have heard that the Gateway Collective, an affiliate of St. John's Homeless Shelter, has created what they call socially inclusive housing at the City Center Lofts, the old Bay Lake Bank building downtown here, right across from the Schreiber headquarters. They have turned into lofts on the top level that will, I believe, they'll start taking residents in the next couple of weeks. And because of our housing work, they have invited us as a commission to tour the lofts facility and see the lofts if we would be interested. So wanted to bring that to the commission and see if there is a desire to do that.
Let me know when so I can put a notice out for the possible walking quorum.
Well, that's a good question for us to figure out. Since we do want to have this, how do we want to go about structuring the scheduling of it? Do we want to tie it to a commission meeting date?
Like have our next meeting there to tour the lofts or something?
Is that possible?
I think so. I think as long as we announce the location and that,
But there needs
But-
to be a
But it
recording
can-
of it though?
Yeah.
it has
It
to
can be
be
public.
Yeah, that's what the only issue is. It has to be public, so people have to be able to attend it. So I think what we can do is just have it be a private, separate event. Sorry, not private, separate event, and Andrea will put out notice of quorum, and then we'll have our meeting after that. So we'll have to do two separate things, I think.
So maybe either for our next meeting or one after there, 5:30 to 6 is the tour, and then 6 to whatever is our meeting.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, I'll take that back to Gateway and see if those dates work.
Okay, thank you so much for coordinating that. That's exciting. I'm so happy that we get to tour that.
And then when you hear back, just why don't you email me and then I can email the group to avoid the walking quorum again.
Yeah.
And I made the mistake of CCing everyone last time and I was like, oh my gosh, here we go.
Okay.
Have all my emails pulled to make sure I'm not doing something crazy.
It happens.
Yeah,
You're
no.
okay. And then last thing, I really want to reach back out to Tony Snell from the Milwaukee ERC to brainstorm with him his ideas on what he thinks a ERC or Civil Rights, Human Rights Conference might look like. He brought that up when we met with him, and I'm really intrigued by that. It could be something big or small, but I'd really want to connect with all the other municipalities or government bodies who have ERCs. I want to learn from them. I want them to learn from us, vice versa, et cetera. So yeah, that's all that I had to announce. I'm just going to ask real quick, is there any other announcements that you guys had that you guys wanted to share with the ERC here that you guys wanted to make sure that's noted?
No, so the city council just passed, if you didn't know, they allowed the building of the tiny homes for veterans. So that will be 21 houses that are accessible to veterans, people with disabilities. So that should be a good
Oh,
thing.
wow,
Where would that be
that's-
located? I didn't.
It's in Schmidt Park.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, sort of in the woods by the jail and the Veterans Manor.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it had some backlash, but I think it'll be a good program. And then also in my district, we just opened cut the ribbon for the inclusive playground next to Bay Beach. Yeah, that was a community effort with the Friends of Bay Beach Foundation and other community partners. Made that happen. It's a really cool place. Yeah, been there.
I actually have something as well that just triggered something for me. So I've been working with the Wildlife Sanctuary, Bay Beach Wildlife Sanctuary, and they have signed a contract with Culture City. I don't know if anyone's familiar. Culture City is actually probably the leading in the world at this point, nonprofit organization that helps organizations be ready for just invisible disabilities, for helping people with visible disabilities. They're the partner of the NFL and I think the NHL and different things. So what they do is we have to like take pictures of the entire facility and send it to them, and they'll send somebody here if they need to, if they can't get a good enough idea or if we can't figure things out. So we show them our entryway, we show them all of our places where people are allowed to go. And they help us with making it more inclusive for everyone. So, autism or just anything. It could be just that somebody has a headache that day. Like, it could be literally anything. We do not ask for proof of a disability or anything like that. And then they help create signage for us to help show people like where to go. And we have these bags, and in the bags they're like the drawstring backpack, and it has the Culture City logo, which is very well known because of how big of an organization this is. It has noise canceling headphones. It has some fidget tools, and we have like weighted lap blankets, certain glasses that help with like sun and like strobe light effect and everything like that. Just a lot of different things in there, these tools, and we can buy more of them if we need more, and all these different things are really helping us all the way through. But the big thing is that we had to agree that we will have at least 50% of all staff trained as well. So there's a mandatory training we all have to go through to help serve these people. So we're not just given a bunch of tools, we also have to all go through training, and that includes our temporary employees, our volunteers, our seasonal employees. We have to have everybody on board. And right away, the Wildlife Sanctuary, they were just like, 50%, let's get everyone. So they're really aiming to get everyone trained, even if they're janitors. Like, we want everyone trained, so that way if we see somebody struggling or might need a little more time or space, we can, give them, show them where to go, or maybe we'll know how to help them better. And I'm hopeful that this starts at Bay Beach, and then the rest of the city sees how it can be used and how it's helpful, and maybe we'll bring it to more places. The Parks Department was really supportive of it, so they're like, well, maybe Bay Beach will be your next place.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool, and it's a very well-known. There's also the Sunflower program, which is pretty popular too about invisible disabilities, but they are for-profit. So that is why the Wildlife Sanctuary decided it wasn't a good fit for them, and we went with Culture City.
Okay,
So-
that's awesome. So is there like an official launch day?
We have to get all trained up first. Once we are all trained up, then we held up our end, we have the payment piece, which I think is already going through or already has gone through, signed a contract, paid. Then we have to have our employees trained, and they have to be tested through Culture City's program. So that way they can make sure we're not just making it up. So we do that. And after that happens, Culture City's gonna help us with the press releases, with really putting it out there. So
Okay, well, I think it'd be really good for us to have a presence there.
That's-
Because that
yeah.
really speaks to equal rights, right? All abilities.
Mhm.
And so,
yes.
yeah, let's think about how we can also support that work. That's really awesome.
Yeah. That's
very cool program.
Yeah, I'm really excited. There's only one other city that has ever worked at Culture City, and it was City of Philadelphia, which is much further along than we are. So it's really exciting that, Green Bay in the Midwest is just baby steps behind Philadelphia. That's incredible to me. Philadelphia has, I think, 85% of their employees across all of their city employees trained, which is really cool. So I'm excited. While it's only one division of the city, it's an important division, and we have a lot of people who go there. We have schools who go there. We have community members who go there. We have just so many people, and it's free, right? So we want.
Sorry.
Oh, that's fun. Well, nobody was on there, so that's good, because I'm recording in the room too.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so it should be really good, and I will keep the ERC up to date.
Is it still on though? Like, are people able to still be on Zoom? I just want to make sure we're covering our tracks that,
Oh, yeah.
All public.
yeah.
No, this meeting has ended. Please bring back. I don't know.
Okay, that's okay. I can make an official note. We're still recording here.
Yes, it's still recording in the room, so
Okay.
it will be open to public can see it afterward, I guess, but
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So I just have to make an official note that we're having technical difficulties, so that if anyone is trying to join online right now at 6:26 PM, that we're unable to figure out that technical pieces of Zoom right now. But we are near the end of our meeting here anyway, so it's not going to be further discussion or any decisions made. So I just wanted us to note that.
So I will email everyone when we have more information.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, well, that kind of brings us to the end of the meeting, so I'm going to ask for an adjournment.
Before we do that,
Oh, sure.
I'm going to basically shelve the idea, signage shelve. The idea, to me, after speaking to a number of different people, logistics as well as pricing of it all, is kind of out of our reach. So we're basically going to shelve it, but if you guys want to use any of the strategies that were developed in that, please feel free. But that was my update, is that I'm going to shelve the signage idea, so.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, we're definitely going to keep that still on the list of, some possible future actions that we'll take, because you put in a lot of thought and work into the strategy, so, but thank you. We'll keep that, we'll table that for now, but we'll keep it on the list. But, okay, anyone else have anything else to add? Okay, so I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved?
A second?
Second.
Okay, awesome. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. Okay, awesome. Good meeting, everyone. Thanks for showing up and coming.